based on what we've seen so far, and let's look at the number 1 draft odds. You got Bryce Young, quarterback out of Alabama. He's the favorite, minus 150. Then you got CJ Stroud, quarterback out of Ohio State. Obviously, quarterbacks are always going to be at the top of this list, plus 225. You got Will Anderson, the outside linebacker from Bama, plus 500. Anthony Richardson. You got Will Levis. And then you got Jalen Carter at the end there from Georgia at plus 1,000. Now, Jalen Carter obviously is a very interesting one. And I'm sure that you've heard about this, right? He's just been charged with 2 misdemeanor counts of reckless driving and racing. Those charges carry a maximum sentence of 12 months in jail, a $1,000 fine in Georgia. He's accused of racing his Jeep against a Ford driven by recruiting staffer Chandler LaCroix that ended up killing LaCroix and offensive lineman Devin Willock. One, I want to know who you think is good, who's going to go number 1 overall.
We'll go number 1 first. It's looking like Bryce Young. We're not sure what the Bears are going to do. The fact that the Bears are even thinking about trading Justin Fields is mind-boggling because
I don't think they are. I really don't think that they are. I think that there's a lot of talking heads in sports media that are saying that, because that would be asinine. I mean, You've got a great quarterback there. You got to get weapons around him, and you got to figure out how to use him the best that you can. But giving up on Fields would be wild.
Yeah, not only did he look so good last year, but I feel like a lot of times these organizations, sometimes they don't make the moves because they don't want to look that bad, right? Can you imagine how bad the Bears would look if they trade Justin Fields, stock up on picks, and Bryce Young turns out to be a huge bust, or whoever they pick? The Bears fans would be going insane in Chicago. So I don't see that happening either. From all the mock drafts that I'm following, looking at, it seems like Bryce Young is the surefire number 1 pick here. And at minus 150, I don't hate that bet, because you're not really laying crazy juice like when Trevor Lawrence or some of these other guys were projected to be the number 1 pick. Bryce Young, I just think, is the most pro ready. He's proven the most in college, right? He's won on the big stage. The only question about him really is just his frame. So I like Bryce Young to go number 1. Yeah. Short and small.
Short and small, which, that's been an issue for Kyler Murray, not being tall enough to see over these guys, to see his target. So that's something that people have to consider. But he is, pretty phenomenal. So I can see him going number 1 overall. But to your point too, it's interesting to see what Chicago will do. I don't think they're going to get rid of Fields, but I do think that they're going to trade the first round pick. And then you got to think like, okay, who wants it? Who needs it? And it'll be interesting though, especially because last year, did a quarterback go? When did Kenny Pickett go? Was it the first round? Yeah, it was like the very end of the first round, but he was not.
Yeah, because he had little hands.
Little hands. Now we got a short. We got little everything.